Ready for your holiday? Let's go. So we are on our way to New Forest. Well, just outside of New Forest. Just come back from Dubai. I'm sure you guys have seen the footage as well. But we had this trip planned, the Hutchinson Summit, which is what it is. So this is where we, plan for next year. We reflect over the year, get everything prepped from business, personal, etc. So we've got a lovely, nice, glass cabin, very remote. Somewhere where we can just relax, cook some good food, go on some nice walks, go to areas like coffee shops, that type of thing, but also just have the time to actually reflect on the year and plan these things out. I think everybody should have a summit at the end of each year. It's imperative. Right, road trip, let's go. Right, so we have arrived. This is a lovely little spot. This is where the Hutchinson Summit begins. Let's have a little look. You'll see in the daytime, there's loads of fields here that you'll be able to see. But yeah, this is a really nice and cozy spot. I wanted something really discreet. So here was a quick tour of it. I love how open planned this all is as well. Come! Right, so we've been hit with quite a lot of wind. There's some kind of storm that's hit the UK. We've got the Yorkshire Tea. Ibby would be so proud of me right now. But it is Sunday and we're going to get into the deeper reflection and planning. It's a process because, listen, you want to be able to reflect on the year. You want to be able to look at the achievements that you've done. You want to be able to look at the things that you've done really well, things that you could have done better. It's a whole process to it, so you get clarity and make sure that you're actually aligned with the bigger vision and the master plan. So we're going to be going deep into that and then reflecting on some master plan journals that I've already got. I don't think people take planning their life out as seriously as what they should, and they wonder why they don't get the success that they actually desire. But you've got to start with a Yorkshire. That's a secret hack. Pickle, they're going to be there all day. That's a lovely house there in the background. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Can we get a table for two, please? And two doggos. So we're back from the local coffee shop. Luckily, because we're here for a couple of days, they're only open on Sunday and they're closed on Monday and Tuesday. So we was able to try it. Really nice service. Everything is like super local. You've got, what's Pickle doing? She's nice and relaxed. She's had a few shouts at some birds and some tractors, but I think she's getting used to it now. So she is all good. But no, it is brilliant here. We're just now getting into some planning, but planning is a process. So this is the Hutchinson Summit. This is now a new thing that we're going to be starting. I recommend everyone should be doing this every single year, and it starts with the reflection. So right now we've got our journals out. We've got our journals for next year, so making sure things are aligned with the master plan. We've been setting goals for years, so naturally we've had bigger goals that we planted seeds maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So it's now about reflecting on how far we've come, but more importantly, this is more of a recap of 2024. So you start off with almost like a brain dump, a reflection of what went well with 2024. What did you like? What did you pivot on? What did you realize along the way that isn't as important to you as what you might think? Like some people, their why might think it's something. Somewhere down the line, it changes ever so slightly. So it's important to reflect just to see what you've done, but also recognize how far you've come. A lot of you will reach a certain point at the year and think, but I should be here and I should be this, and you have all these random timelines. They don't serve you. So what I would love for you guys to do is just lean more into what you actually have done And there'll be a version of you many years ago that would be thrilled and over the moon to be exactly where you are right now. So rather than you focusing on where you're not, focus on what you've actually achieved. So we're going to get into some planning now, some brainstorming, go over 2024. Once that's recapped, then you start going granular as to what do you want to do, what do you want to be, what do you want to have. And it's a refining process, a little bit like, I mean, if you're a trader, then refining your watch list. It's the same thing. You start with loads of pairs, then you filter your way down for more of the quality. We have to be careful around here because we've already seen so many pheasants and baby pheasants and you name it. So I don't think she's ever seen a pheasant before, so if she sees one, she'll probably freak out. And as I said it, I can see two kind of baby pheasants a little bit further up. They're on the bike already. Right, so after a long brainstorming session and reflection and mastermind, we have to try out the local pizza. So let's see what we're working with. So I can't tell whether this is going to be like boss man pizza or this is going to be good quality pizza. Right, it's not looking too promising, if I'm honest. We will see. Do you know what? It's not awful. It's just because I've been blessed with such good pizza. If it's not super high quality, I mean, it will work, especially for this mastermind. It's been hours. Let's get it done.
Really been working it and stuff, and it's just been amazing the last 2 weeks and in Dubai and now being here and stuff, and now we're sort of finalising the year. It's been an incredible year. I think it's been the best finish to a year that I've ever had.
So just wrapped up the team call. We have a lot of things to discuss from now to the end of the year. We've got an e-meetup planned with the community. So much to still just tick off from now to the end of the year. We're just going to go for a walk later, but depending on the weather, we'll see how it goes. Not so much the rain, but the wind. Because in the UK, we've had like 90 miles an hour winds and stuff like that. So trees are about, but I was looking to head up deeper into there, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get up there, so we'll see. I was trying to get a close-up of, like, you won't be able to see in the distance, but I was trying to get a close-up of some of these shots. I'm not sure if they're huge buzzards or red kites, but they basically look like an eagle, and they're strategically hunting out on the field. They almost spread out. I'm going to see if I can grab one later on. Right, so I think it's time for coffee round 2, and then we're going to have the last part of the mastermind session, finalise everything, and then we're going to head back tonight. So it was either tonight we was going to head back or in the morning, but after everything gets done, I actually fancy just going back for a late one because I do have a lot of things to get on with tomorrow as well. So after the traffic, have a nice little night drive and then we'll head back. I do love the views out here though. Take a look at this. So this is where a lot of the birds of prey are. I don't think you can see them from here. You usually see them when there's a lot of pheasants around or quails. They'll just strategically be in the middle of the field, and then like 100 meters that way there'll be another one. It must be some sort of hunting technique they have, but regardless, lovely fields. Sometimes you need a bit of a different environment to gain a different level of clarity, and for a lot of people when they're trying to map out their year, I think it's important that you just go to a different location. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to drive 3-4 hours out the way, but you can go to a coffee shop, you can switch it up a little bit, uses different parts of your mind, different creative thinking. Thank you very much. Indeed. Yes. Yes, please. That would be great. Thank you. Coffee's secured. Mastermind session begins. So the trip has now come to an end. We're going to be taking a drive back. So I could have gone tomorrow morning, but I just thought, right, based off of like traffic, etc., it's just going to be nice and chilled. Well, hopefully it's nice and chilled on the way back. As a little night drive. So it's roughly 6:30ish here in the UK. So the traffic should have finished. And then we can just head back, have a nice smooth drive. Sometimes the night drive is more enjoyable, as I'm sure you guys would agree. But it's been a fantastic trip, got everything planned, masterminded. There's still a few things that I want to write down, but I do that when I'm back home. But overall, it was great to just have that mastermind, the Hutchinson Summit away. It's our first ever official Hutchinson Summit. I recommend everybody do the same thing. You should always be allocating time towards the end of the year to reflect, plan things out, see what you could have done better, etc., etc. It pays huge dividends. You might not see it in the first one, but as the years go on, because I've kind of already done this without it even being an official thing, but it feels like it just gives it a little bit more weight. I mean, this year we got married, so got everything more official. The Hutchinson Summit, this is the start. Really looking forward to looking back on many of these for years to come.